Welcome back, everybody. Going into the next part of Mission Quinn Possible. Time to save Quinn. Quinn, I don't know that you're aware yet that there's anything going on. So we'll get to you in a second. I want to start with Aurora. So Aurora, you and Croc have succeeded in drawing the attention of the sort of municipal guards, right? Like the people responsible for taking control of and managing the city. They show up. So there's a group of, let's say, I don't know, like 4 of them that you and Crocsep have to deal with. What are you going to do? Did you have a plan for when they showed up?
Right.
Or was it just like, okay, well, we did our job. They're here now.
That's when they show up and I'm like, oh, we forgot to run. Oh, hey, buddy, you need to come. Hold on. I know you're angry. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to poke you. Okay. But we kind of need to, they're here.
So you want to like lead them on a chase? You want to run when they show up?
Yeah. And I'm like, look, see, remember the route that I pointed to? That's where we need to run. That's where they're going to meet us, down there.
Okay. All right. Let's see if you can get away from them. So they come up into the area and they have their like laser spears and they start kind of shooting a couple of warning shots at you. Crocs throws a big like chunk of a pillar at them, scattering them to give you a chance to flee. So let's roll quickly, and let's see if the guards can catch you. That's a 1. That's not a good roll, Aurora.
Ooh, that's a worse.
But neither is that. So yeah, I think you take off into the city, leading these police guys on a chase to try to catch you.
I think the reason we're so slow is he keeps throwing things and I just keep firing away, just having fun as we're doing it. So
yeah, and he's running and knocking things over in your path. I think because it's necessity, he like knocks over a fruit cart, and the old fruit vendor is like shakes his fist as you run by. And yeah, you're leading him through maybe through the market, and people are like running in panic because there's this huge horrifying mutant with a weird pink hairless ape riding on top of it. So yeah, they're just like, what the fuck's that about? So you lead them on this chase. Now, meanwhile, in the royal facilities, the royal palace, in the Empress's halls, you've kind of infiltrated the castle. Now you don't necessarily know right away which way, like you don't know where Quinn is being kept. So I guess that's my question to Eugene and Rex. Like, where do you go? How do you find out where Quinn is?
Rex comes up with the genius idea to pretend he's shackled and
the Chewbacca Gambit.
Yeah, the Chewbacca Gambit, and have the others ask another guard where they should take the prisoner, or like, you know, that kind of stuff. So we're attempting to just deceive another guard and get some information. And I think Eugene, for the time being, is going to stay hidden.
Okay. So Eugene, Rex is like, yeah, go find somewhere to hide. And I think we stay with you. And you're in this like, you're in the halls of this palace, and the palace is it's all like marble, like a lot of white marble and gold, big columns. It's one of the very few places in the castle. It used to serve all 12 of the Serpentes, but now the Empress has it to herself, and so she just like has all these servants like keep it clean. And I think that you find yourself in a gallery. So it's a big open room, and there's like art, like marble statuary on all sides. And I think ahead of you at the end of this hall, you sneak into this room. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere here, and you kind of like, you know, squirm your way through the hallway. You see sure. in a beam of light sitting on a pedestal, basically what looks like the serpent equivalent of like a Fabergé egg. It's like about, you know, half a meter tall and just covered in like gold and gems, and it's just sitting there and no one's watching.
I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Wait, no. Don't take it. Let him compel you to take it like he was going to, then you get a free point.
I know he's going to compel me.
So you get a free point.
I can pose it. The thing is here, I'm posing it as a thing. You can compel yourself, right? So this is actually a good opportunity to say this. So if you're doing something that is one of your aspects and you know it's a bad idea, You don't have to wait for someone else to compel you. You could say, like, when I put the situation in front of you, you can be like, cool, I will compel myself to take it. I know it's a bad idea. Like, Dodger, would you like to do this? Yes, Dodger, I would. And then you get a point. It comes from the infinite supply, and you get a fate point for it. But you still have to you still have to do the bad thing. So yeah. So you just walk up and you're just like,
wait, pause. Hold on. You can straight up compel you can compel yourself.
yes,
To do terrible things.
yes. If you do something that is, we can, and we all agree because we're here to call bullshit on each other if this comes up.
Sure.
But if someone is just like, I was gonna do this anyway, and I know it's a bad idea, I know it's gonna complicate the situation, then we'll all probably agree to be like, yeah, you shouldn't do
tell
that.
her this?
It's worth.
Why would you? Dodger's literally just going to complicate everything. That's her character. It's complicated.
Thank you. Because it's all our job as players in this game to make the game complicated. Because complication is fun and
This
doing
is so much worse. Adam could have
Adam.
bought her a fish, but he taught her how to fish instead.
That's right.
Now
You can all do this.
this is more than he could have dreamed for. Instead of compelling her once, he's compelled her infinitely in the future. This is an overwhelming victory for Adam.
I mean, we all want this story to be fun and interesting, and so this is just a way to do that.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's not like the thing about compels, right? Is that it complicating things, it also makes it so that the thing that you want to achieve is harder. I doubt that there are going to be lots of situations where we compel ourselves because it's frustrating.
I think the thing is that it doesn't count as a compel if it is not complicating things, right? Like if you have an aspect that's like, greatest face puncher in the galaxy, and I'm like, this guy, he's like, punch me in the face, I dare you, and you're like, that's a great idea, and we all agree, yeah, you should punch him. You're like, I'm gonna compel myself to punch him. We're all gonna call bullshit and be like, yeah, that's what you want to do anyway. That's the smoothest thing. It's not a compel.
Right.
So we're all here to keep track of each other's use of these compels. But in this case, you jumping the gun on me compelling you is exactly the same. You're just compelling yourself instead of me doing it. I don't spend points; they come from the supply. So, yeah. All right. So, yep. You there you go. So what do? You see this beautiful like jeweled egg sitting on the pedestal.
Well, yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Right? Is I'm already gonna make everybody barf, right? There's no way that they're gonna reach inside of my body to take something back because I'm disgusting just to look at. So I think I'm pretty safe. Just like taking a thing and putting it in my body. Like, what are they gonna do? They can't even look at me. That's my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, since I was told to go fuck off somewhere, no names. Since I was told to go fuck off while they're like doing important shit, why not help out old Eugene a little bit?
Yeah, you were told to stay hidden 3 feet from the group.
I am hidden. There's nobody in here except me and this beautiful egg.
Yeah. So you're slurming your way up to the egg.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rex, assuming that Eugene is safely, I'm gonna here. We'll just hover this one here. You can have it when you take the egg. You assume that Eugene is somewhere hidden and safe. What are you doing with that assumption in mind?
So I think we're in this room. There's no one else in here. It's like a gallery of sorts. And there's like an archway that leads into another room. And it's clearly the way we have to go. And Rex turns around to Eugene and is just make sure you stay hidden. And then gets like fake bound up. And the two lizards lead Rex into the next room. Looking for some kind of guard to confront. And we leave Eugene to his own devices, expecting him to just follow us and stay hidden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you
we obviously heard different things.
You start to you make
potato
your
potato.
And you see two Imperial guards just like standing in the hall, and they kind of like start when they see you, and they see Rex, and they kind of like look at each other and like put their spears out, and Yahe, who's like really sucking it in so he can keep that armor on. He says, we have a prisoner to transfer to the dungeon, and Slochu or Yahe says, yes, a prisoner for the dungeon, and they like look at each other.
Rex like plays along and he like scowls and it's, damn dirty lizards.
And yeah, one of the guards comes up and he's like, I don't recognize you two and this prisoner. What is this thing?
Your worst fucking nightmare. And he like bites at the guard.
Yeah, and he kind of like jumps back and he looks at his friend because there's two guards. They always go around in pairs. He's like, "Do you know anything about this?" And the guy's like, "I don't think so." Yeah, and there's like a moment where they're like, we should check in with the captain.
I want to make a compel.
Yeah.
I
Do it.
would like to compel Eugene. Because
Okay.
he's a disgusting coward. When the guards are like, "Oh, we should probably check in," Eugene, out of nowhere, runs out and is like, "They've discovered us!" and tries to run away.
Right, like you're not even in the moment, but you just your horrifying cowardice is so powerful that you can feel you've been made.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, so while they're talking to these two dudes, I'm in I'm like around the corner in a gallery.
Yes.
About to steal an egg, and I just hear, "We should check in with our captain," and I lose my shit.
Yes.
Because you're like holding the egg too, right?
You have the egg. They're about to talk to the captain, and you are the biggest coward there ever was. That you now have this egg, and you're like, "I'm out." They know they know too much.
I haven't taken it yet.
Taken the egg yet.
Oh well, then
I'm reaching for the egg.
I compel you to run without getting the egg. Then.
Wait, you should compel her to grab the egg, but then realize the egg is too valuable in the mission, and then run.
Yeah, that's even better. You grab the egg and then you run like, woo, terrified that you're gonna get caught, and you want this egg so badly.
Okay, so what like if I'm trying to figure out how to. Sure, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
okay,
compels.
So you've been compelled to take the egg because you plan on being the future richest slime in the galaxy.
Of course.
And then you're taking another compel to then immediately flee because you're a coward. You're a disgusting coward.
Well, I wanna say, and you can tell me whether or not this applies or not, but I want to say that, like, yeah, when one of the guards says, "I don't know, we should really check in with our captain," you hear just like something fall in like around the corner. You hear like, like trash can noises, like "oopsie daisy," and then you just see this little cloaked figure just like waddle by whatever opening there is into the other area.
You just cross the doorway.
Yeah, I just see like this weird apparition.
I mean, everyone looks and sees that, right? Like they all look. Yeah. Everyone looks around, like they look over their shoulder, and we just see 5 sets of eyes just follow you as you like run across the hallway.
But like you're not quick. You're a slime, so it's like a slow like.
It's like I'm like
slither across the archway.
It's like watching an old grandma try to run from traffic.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Whatever falls is like a silver tray or something, so when it hits the ground, it just spins. It makes this like makes the loudest noise for like minutes. And everyone's just like.
Everyone in the other room, including Rex and like Tlochu and stuff, everyone's just completely silent.
Oh, Rex is just like,
just watch this happen. Like Rex doesn't say anything, like none of them say anything. Like Rex can't even believe that Eugene's done this, and they just watch like the tray spin until it's like, and just sit.
And Eugene, you stop mid hallway and like look up, and that you just like you all see each other across.
We're just like lock eyes.
Yeah, and that's when you fearfully run away. That's you're like, and turn around and run away.
Okay. So the two guards, they.
I do want to say that I don't intend on running far. I just want to get away from where the egg was, so that nobody is like, "Did you take the egg?" Even though it's obvious.
Does that still fulfill your compel, Jesse? Does that sound good to you?
Yeah. She takes the egg and then sees all of us and is like, and then runs.
Okay. All right. Eugene, let's see if you can get away from these guards. Try to be quick. Roll quickly.
Great.
You need to beat a. Let's see.
I got 3.
I also got a 3. We are tied. So-
I'm going to say that because wait, let me double check. Let me double check myself.
Yes. Double wreck yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to say because I am so good, I am so learned at hiding because I'm a disgusting coward.
Mm-hmm.
That I realize I've maybe complicated things a little bit. I think to say I've ruined the operation is going a little far, but maybe I should disappear pretty quickly here. I'm gonna say that I run by, they see me, the guards like try to come after me, but I've found because this place is built up of lots of like rocks and there are lots of cracks in the rocks all over the place, that I just kind of like sink in between some stone slabs.
What about the egg?
What about the egg? That's a
What
great
about the
question.
egg?
Yeah, like I mean, I guess that is as an option. You could like sluice yourself into the stones, but it would leave this slimy egg just sitting on the ground.
I have a better idea.
Okay, hit me.
Well, hold on, we got to resolve this roll first. So
I
do
know.
you get away or no? You spent a fate point on what aspect to boost you up to 5?
That I'm a disgusting coward.
Okay, yeah, you're used to running away. Yes. Okay. So you, for the time being, you evade capture, but you don't leave the palace. So they're still hunting for you.
Right.
So what next then? You have a moment now, Rex. If you have a compel that you'd like to offer Eugene, if you want to just everybody,
Or
wants
just
to
if you have a suggestion for what I do.
No, I'm gonna compel the fuck out of you.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
okay.
All right.
I am getting so many points right now.
You've gotten away. You're somewhere in the palace. We see the
Sure.
generic palace background, and you've got your precious egg, and you're just like breathing hard, but because that's what you do when you run. It's just,
Right.
You don't have
I'm
lungs.
wiggling hard.
Yeah, just jiggling.
Right. Sure.
And then yeah, Rex, you have a suggestion? You have a-
Yeah. Hang on, let me just grab the character sheet. I'm gonna compel you. I'm gonna compel your we are
which
all
aspect are you
connected. You realize that you are the perfect diversion for the group,
Mm-hmm.
and you decide that running, you don't need to run. You just need to drop your robe and show those guards you and your full disgusting pink furry.
Oh my god. So we see. Do you want to take that compel, Eugene?
Yeah.
That you're
Sure.
the disgusting part of your disgusting cowardice. Okay. Or you're so you realize you have this realization that you can save this moment, save the mission if you. So I think what we see is you like kind of in a dead end hallway, right? Realizing you're cornered.
Wait.
The guys come running around the corner. We see you from the back, and we see them. You've got your little cloak on.
Yeah.
And then what do? So they come around the corner and they don't see you yet because you're all cloaked. They point their spears at you and they're like, "Stop right there, thief!"
Well, okay. Will this still apply, Sam? Let me pitch a thing. Right. I'm like trying desperately to wiggle away, but obviously I'm not super quick. They catch up really fast, and one of them steps on the cloak as I'm like trying to get away, and then I just like erupt from the cloak, and I'm just this gross, smelly, pink furry thing, and there's a moment of just like
Yeah, of course. This
Yeah,
is perfect. This is everything I want.
So when I'd like to add a visual here. So yeah, they step on the cloak as you slime out of it.
yeah.
For some reason, the back end of you is like a perfect round human butt, like little pink butt on the back of you there.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So the robe slowly like slides off of you and then
Yeah,
snap,
and I
like,
just and then there's like a pause where they're just like shocked, and I'm kind of shocked too, and then I go, and now you see that truly you are outmatched, sirs. I just stand there like that, like it was part of my plan the whole time to get the guards away from them.
And this whole shot is just from behind. You're kind of see through. You have your little hands on your little hips, your little pink
Yeah,
slime butt
with this little
just
egg just kind of slowly
floating around in you.
floating in my body.
And they just look at you. Why don't you roll flashy? Let's see
approach me if you dare. Okay.
Yeah, roll flashy. Let's see if you can frighten them off.
Okay, I got a 2.
Okay.
They also got a 2. All right, I'm gonna let's use a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll use we are all connected. I'm ready to like do my part for the team. Like,
Right.
this is my opportunity to prove that my idea of being super gross was great.
Yeah. It's not just that you're disgusting. It's not just your natural sliminess. It's that in this moment you're doing your part.
I am.
You
Look,
didn't realize
I'll be-
that until after you'd stolen an egg and fled and realized.
It
Me
was
being
all
me is
part of the
helping.
plan because I care about the group. How dare you think that I was just trying to do something for myself?
So
Yeah.
so were they flee in nauseated terror. They flee from your disgusting body.
I strut.
I think
kind of strut
what
back over the
happened-
group.
I'm the
what
best.
happens
Yeah.
from like Rex's perspective is like there's these two guards blocking this doorway, and we're like, shit, we can't go any further. And then they see you, they run past us and start chasing you, and literally you're not very fast, so they literally get into the next room, and we hear very audibly like this entire conversation, and then we just hear like, oh god, and we hear the guards just like throwing up, and we hear their weapons like drop and clatter on
Yeah,
the
one of
ground.
them's barfing into a plant.
Yeah,
The other one's
yeah.
barfing out a window.
And one of them's like, hold my helmet, and the other one's like holding his helmet like his feathers. He's like, "Ugh, ugh," and we just like Eugene just like slither back into the room and look
Oh,
at the
yeah, what
group.
up?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but I like slither back in, and you can immediately see Yahe and Talochu be like, "Don't."
Yeah, they're just.
I'm like, oh, sorry, no, but it's did all right, huh? No, you guys just do your thing. You know what? I'll hang back. Don't worry, I got you guys.
I just imagine Eugene making this little like pink slimy body have like muscles, like big pecs and a six pack, and like making your pecs dance up and down. You're like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the
the
best.
rest of me is just like wobbly, but then I put out like a huge arm.
It's literally like dry heaves. I'm like, let's go.
Keep it together, man.
We
No,
just
we're good.
push through the doorway into the next part of the palace.
Right, yeah, and you enter you head into the dungeon, and I think Yahe, before, like, he's the last one to go as he leaves, he says to you, Rex, he's like we have to be careful from here. The vipers will be dwelling below. And he looks like legit scared. He has a moment of like fear.
Mhm.
And then follows you down into the
Cool.
depths.
Yeah, like Rex like gives him a reassuring like hand on the shoulder, and he's like, don't worry, this is my turn now. And he like pushes to the front and like leads them down into the darkness of the dungeon.
Nice. Okay. So meanwhile, Aurora, where have you and Crocstep ended up? You fled. Do you flee the city, or do you where do you go?
Well, I think for a while we were fleeing the city, just trying to like get to lose the trail. And once we finally did, we both ended up in sort of like this like spring of sorts, like this hot springs of sort.
Mhm. Like somewhere outside the city.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
outside the city. And so I think when you see us next, we like Crocstep is just like laid back, and he's like up to here in the water, just like really enjoying it. And I have my feet in, and I'm sort of like splashing the water, and I'm drinking a terrible drink, but I'm already heavily buzzed from it. I don't know what it is.
You're just
but-
hanging out of the hot springs, just waiting for your friends.
Yeah, so we're just sitting there, and he's also drinking, but he feels nothing because he's so big. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's where you see us right now.
The water level is like way too high because he's so big.
Yeah,
It's like
love this.
overflowing.
So your part in the mission is make a bunch of noise and then just go and like hang out in the hot tub till everybody shows up.
yeah, we're like, well, we did our part. I hope they survive, and maybe they'll yell really loud or something, maybe, or like
Awesome.
just ping me on my page or something, you know.
So we cut that to to everybody, and then we see you in the hot springs, and we just see Sparky just like doing the little dog paddle just go by the camera. And that's it.
Yeah.
Just some little bubbles.
And I think you see Croc doing the same thing where he's like, he's going through his feelings and how good it felt to get out his anger and how he feels better now. And so he's being all emotional and stuff. And Aurora's like, that's really good. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Like just being really supportive and sweet.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, cool. So I guess then Eugene and Rex, the two of you we cut to you, and you're in this like subterranean tunnel.
Cool.
And it's the walls are this kind of like ornate carved like scale pattern, and then at intersections the archways are like two snakes like coming up and like meeting over the archway, and you can hear I guess probably not that much, it's like quite quiet down here. There's like the dripping of water, kind of like ominous echoey dungeon sounds. And it's because you've entered the lower levels of the dungeons of the Serpentis, and Yahe and Tilichu both are like a bit unnerved.
Cool. Yeah, I think Rex like grabs like a lit torch off of wall sconce and like holds it out, and they
and of course the fire from the torch is green because why not?
And the torch itself is just like a serpentine design, and the mouth
right? Yeah, like it's a snake and the fire.
And the fire's coming out the cobra mouth, and he's kind of like holding it, and the light doesn't. Because he's holding it in front, you see the light doesn't extend far enough back for them to really see Eugene. And so like the lizards are feeling a bit better about Eugene's coloration.
Right.
And we can hear various like groanings and like crazy musings of like lizards that are like chained.
Yeah, prisoners of the...
prisoners.
Yeah.
He's just walking through, and Rex is trying to smell Quinn because...
Okay.
If there's one thing Rex is good at, it's smelling blood, and he's figured that Quinn's probably got a bit of that all over him, if not a bunch.
Yeah. So I think that as you walk through the tunnels, why don't you make a roll? Make like a careful roll to pick up on Quinn's scent to see if you can track him.
Okay.
We'll say difficulty 3.
Did you say clever or careful?
Careful.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's a bad roll, Rex.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
You can use that fate point to re-roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna use looks like a shark, feels like a shark. It's probably a shark to re-roll.
Okay.
Anyone could smell blood. I could smell the shit miles away.
You know what Quinn's blood smells.
I know
like.
exactly what Quinn's blood smells like. So let's give it another go.
Okay.
Careful.
There it is.
All right.
Much better.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So you like sniff the air, and then you pick up the scent. You can tell, and there's been like a lot of blood spilt. Like the scent is quite strong. And you get the path, and so you head off, I guess, into the dungeon.
Yeah. So I think there's a brief moment where Rex kind of like stops the group and he kind of like sniffs, and then he's like, I got it. He's in a bad way, and just kind of walks off. And the lizards look at each other like perplexed, like, what the fuck did he just do? And then he just pushes on. Okay.
So you start to make your way through the dungeon, and you're following the path. You walk by on your way. You walk by a door, and these doors have like snakes with their like fangs interlocking as kind of like windows.
Yeah.
And as you walk by one, you hear a voice from inside. We see two pale hands grab the bars, and someone like kind of pull their face to the bar, and you hear like this is a grubby face, hard to see from here. You hear a voice from the door, be like, hey, over here.
Rex kind of like leans in and like illuminates the guy's face.
Sure. So we get a slow pan as you bring the green torch up, and we can see this face on the other side. Now it's a humanoid. We see he has grubby. It's hard to see what color his skin is because he's got like dirt all over him. Big blue eyes. His hair is kind of like long and like shaggy. He has a bit of a beard. He looks a lot like Aurora, actually. Not in that like they're related or anything, but like whatever Aurora is, this guy is the same. And he's like, hey, you got to get me out of here.
Rex kind of leans in, and he's like, knowledge is the key to freedom, friend. I'm looking for someone.
And he says, no, I mean, sure, I can help. I'm real helpful.
Giant lizard guy. Yeah.
He sticks his arm out of the thing, and he's like kind of like leaning over. He's trying to like shake your hand.
Rex pauses for a moment because this guy smells good, but he like shakes his hand, and he says,
and he's like, pleased to meet you, buddy. I'm Dave.
I don't give a fuck, Dave. Listen, giant lizard man. He was taken down here. This way.
Yeah. Listen, if you just open the door, I will show you where the giant lizard man is. I definitely saw him. Yeah.
Rex like throws a glance at the two lizards and to see if they approve or not. And then he like looks back and he's like, all right, no funny business. And yeah, is there a way I can get the door open?
Yeah, like you could try and like you're strong. You can try to rip the door off of its hinges.
Okay, I think like I get the lizards to help too, and the three of us just try and like.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to do
Difficulty 4. You get a +2 because all three of you are gonna try to yank this door out. And then just forceful.
All right, 3. Let's compel. Oh, I'm out.
You are all out.
Oh, because I compelled Eugene. Yeah. All right, yeah.
So So here's the thing. I'll let you do it. But let's say it makes a bunch of noise, and yeah. I think that's how that's gonna go. So yeah, it takes a little longer and a little more effort to get to wrench the door free. But yeah, you eventually like pull it out, and yeah, you see inside. You see Dave. He's a human. Though whether you recognize a human or not, he looks like Aurora. He's wearing a pair of jeans, like cut off like jean shorts. No shoes. He has a grubby looking t-shirt with some like alien writing on it, and a picture of like a alien banana. And yeah, it looks like he's been in here a little while. And he's like, huh, hey, cool, thanks, man. And he like walks over and like pats you on the shoulder.
Rex is like, let's talk in more walking, and just like pushes him in front of Rex, and motions for the group to move because he knows that like when they ripped the hinges off, all the, like the ironclad on the ground, and it echoed throughout like the corridors, and he's like, we have to go.
And he steps out and he like stretches. He's like, oh yeah, feels good to be out of that. And he like looks down the hallway and points, and you see two members of the like Viper squad standing there with their shock lances.
Are they in front of us or behind us?
So you see the ones in front of you, and then you turn the other way, and there's two more behind you. And they've slithered up and surrounded you in this hallway.
Okay. Rex is just like...
And Dave puts his hands up, and he's like, hey, I don't know these guys. They just came in here and just started wrecking up the place. So I'm just... And he like takes a step back towards his cell. And Yahe grabs him by the collar and like kind of growls at him and pulls him forward.
Yeah. Rex kind of looks at the group and he's like, we gotta go now. Keep pushing forward. And just kind of like runs at the two.
What are we doing? I'm like way back because I was told to stay away. Are we, did something happen? Wait, who is that?
Rex just figures that Eugene will follow the light of the torch,
Right?
and just like runs at the guards that are like blocking their path to Quinn.
Oh, are we moving? Okay, all right.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess.
So there's these Vipers to overcome. There's two on either side of you. What are you gonna do? Basically, they're just like kind of like sparking their lances, and they found you. They're gonna like try to capture you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna fucking whoop some ass.
Yeah, you want to fight them? Okay.
Put them on the ground and keep going. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. There are 4 of them, so they're in two groups of 2. And Yahe, to keep it simple, Yahe and Talochu, they can both they'll just give +1s to y'all when you roll. Okay. So let's take a look. All right, Rex, you're the quickest, so you definitely get to go first.
Okay.
What do you do when you see? So there's 2 in front of you, 2 behind you, and then Eugene. What's your quickness?
1. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rex's intention is to just put down the guys in front of him, and then if they keep moving, then these guys behind them are just gonna have to follow. Because once they get Quinn, it's not gonna matter. So yeah, he just darts towards the group of guards and kind of like throws himself at them. Just like attempting to like disarm them, throw one into the other, like just quick movements.
Yeah, so you just snap out and attack. Yeah, go ahead and attack quickly. Okay, so you got a 3, so they're gonna defend. All right, and they defend themselves. Yeah, they both they lunge at you, and they try to use the fact that there's 2 of them. So we get a kind of quick melee. You just fight with your hands, right?
Yeah, I just punch.
So yeah, you're blocking these swings with the shock sticks, barehanded or with your wrists as they try to jab them into you. So they defend. They're trying to block you on the aggressive, and they get a 3. So it is a tie. You can create an advantage.
Do I not get +1 from the? Was it dude?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get 1 from Yahe. So yeah, you beat them. So you do one damage. And what does that look like? Is it just a quick punch? You're not gonna be able to get past them. You have to fight your way past.
Yeah, I think what happens is Rex kind of swings at one and they block it, and the second one goes to shock him with the shock stick, and he grabs it with his hand and rams it into the other dude, and he ends up
the other one.
His colleague. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So they're fighting. So those 2 are gonna fight back. So they that melee, we stay on it and it continues. So you jab one with the other one's spear. The other one brings the spear down to try to shock you with it. I got a 2. How do you defend yourself?
He's got Fluctu and that watching. He just pulls some sweet limbo move to try and dodge under the swing. So I'm gonna go flashy.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
No problem.
Damn.
Which is a 7.
Yeah, no problem. So you've got an audience. You're fighting impressively. Even the elite guardians of the Empress are wow, this foe is real. However, on the other side of the fracas, the 2 Vipers, they are going to attempt to seize Eugene. So because you're at the back, Eugene, these 2 Vipers, they come up out of the shadows, and they try to shock stick you. So,
okay.
How do you defend yourself? I rolled.
Well, do they? Well, I'm gross.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm pretty gross. Is there do they get a? I guess that aspect doesn't exist.
A disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
No,
yeah.
So what it is you could create an aspect. I mean, you got to defend yourself on your turn.
On my turn, I planned on creating an aspect on my turn.
You can unleash your full disgustingness and put up an aspect that you could use. But for right now, you have to defend yourself. Now, you can describe defending yourself by using your pinkness or your fuzzy bad smellingness, but you describe it and then we pick the stat and you roll.
Okay, I'm gonna say that they because right now I'm really tiny.
Yeah.
So maybe I just smell kind of bad, and they're trained soldiers, so whatever. They come to get me, and I figure, all right, literally all I can do is try to just be more gross, more grossness, right? So I stretch my body out to kind of go from being tiny to just bleh, try to just come at them
Yeah. So you're trying to be flashy, I guess then?
I guess so, yeah. I'm trying to seem bigger and even grosser than I already am.
Okay.
To sort of jar them.
Perfect. Yeah. You're in flashy disgustingness.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll.
4.
Nice. You are flashy and disgusting. I'm going to use one of my fate points here. I only get 2 for this scene because there's only 2 PCs in the scene. So I'm gonna use one of my fate points on one of the Vipers aspects. They're doing their job. They're defending the Empress. I'm gonna bump myself up to a 6.
Okay. I will also use one. Yeah, I will also use one just because I'm already a disgusting coward. So I'm super disgusted. I start off at a baseline of grossness. I've added in extra flavor to be even grosser to their specific race. This is
yeah.
It's hard not to vom just looking at me. So
okay. Great. So that means we're tied. So I'll get to create a boost unless you want to spend another point.
I'm gonna use another one.
Okay. Yeah, you got lots.
I'm gonna use another one and say, because I like did this thing in an attempt to be the future richest slime in the galaxy, I also have this weird thing just kind of like floating in my body that serves as a weird distraction. So not only are they like, ugh, but they're also like, what the fuck is that?
I think at some point, like one of them, lunges forward with the shock stick and the stick bounces off the egg. It's like tunk, instead of jabbing into your body and electrocuting you. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. So Eugene, it's your turn.
Great. I want to make an aspect.
Okay, so you want to discover an aspect, and what is that aspect?
I want to create an aspect in this dungeon area that, especially now that I'm like trying to permeate my grossness throughout the worlds that we are literally living in right now. I want to create an aspect of what's that smell?
Yeah. Okay. I have an alternate name for it. I like.
Okay, I like it.
Hold on. Let me write it down. It's funnier if you read it first. So.
Yes. Good. That's amazing. I love it.
Go ahead and roll. Oh my god. Go ahead and roll flashy. I think difficulty should be here. It's an enclosed space. They're sensitive. Yeah, go ahead and say difficulty is 3. Okay.
Shoot.
Ooh, that's a 0 on flashy. Do you want to spend a fate point to reroll?
Man, is it better to reroll?
The conditions of failure here, if you try to find an aspect, is that if you fail, the aspect does get created, but I get to use it for free.
You have a free roll on
I get
it,
a
right?
boost on it. Yep.
Yeah, I'll spend a point to reroll.
Okay.
2.
Okay. Cool. I can't remember what I said it was going to be, but 2 sounds about right. Did I say 2 or 3?
I don't remember.
You said 3, but she gets a +1 from the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, your actions, when you take an action, you get a +1. So, so I think what happens, because it is that +1, you start to like puff up and like, exhale and try to like get your stink out there. And I think Yahe like leans in like with this little snout pinch. She's like, a little more citrus, and then. Yeah, and then you adjust your stink glands, sure. and then he's just like, oh, yep, that's good, and like awesome. All right, so yeah, we now have smells like Gene Spirit, and you can tag it once for free. Rex, it is your turn.
Okay, cool. Rex is just still scrapping.
Okay, so go ahead and roll quickly to attack. Nice, that's a big one. All right, so they're gonna try to defend, and they get a woo shit. I know that 5 seemed impressive. So you got a 6, I got a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so there's nothing I can do about that. So
exactly, yeah. So I'm gonna create an aspect as well, and we're gonna call it slightly tased, and I get to invoke it once for free.
Cool.
All right. I think that's how that works. Let me just double check. Oh no, because this was you attacking them, right?
Yeah.
And them defending.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I don't actually get. It wasn't a tie, so yeah, I don't have to.
Dude, you got 4 pluses. That's gross.
It's as best as I can do. All right, so you're not making any headway with the Vipers.
No, I think like I'm handling the 2, but then like a third one shows up, and then suddenly it's problematic again.
Yeah, totally. So you're getting outnumbered. You're kind of pinned. We pan to Dave like standing in the shadows, kind of being like, and like watching you get tased, and he's not really sure who to cheer for yet. He's just kind of like, oh boy, and like we hear the background fighting and just watch his reactions for a second, and then the Vipers try to take you on. So you can go ahead and roll to defend. I get another 7, which is great for me.
Are they attacking me?
Yeah, this is them attacking you.
All right, roll like a god. Shit. 4.
Not so much. All right, so you got to deal with 4 level. Well, 3, right? Because you get a +1. You got to deal with 3 levels of damage, 3 raises.
Okay.
There's a free invoke on Gene Spirit too, if you need it.
You have that.
Yeah,
you-
I'll
I have it.
I'll take 3 stress.
I believe that's how that works. Okay, yeah. So just mark your stress box.
Is this the point where I can compel him?
You can compel anytime you want. Yeah, and
There's
Rex has no
3 of
points.
these guys, right? Or is it just 2? I was confused.
There's two of each. Yeah, basically.
2 of each. Okay, so there's 2 of each. I really just, you're getting angry. You've been fighting these guys. And I think that since you're a shark and you're starting to smell blood from this scrapping, I think you get really hungry. And the guy that just swung at you and hit you, I think that you should just eat him. Just in front of all of them, just eat them. That gets rid of 1 automatically, right?
Did he already eat, though? Didn't he already eat?
He hasn't eaten anyone this session.
No, he was going
As he
to,
uses
and then
That's
Adam was
right.
like, "Are you sure
Also,
that you want to
to-
start a war?"
to correct myself, Dodger, anyone can use smells like Gene Spirit. You're right.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
That's okay.
So you do have some options, Rex. Do you want to take that compel?
I can't refuse the compel.
Right.
But to
wait.
clarify,
That's
can
true.
I just do that mid-combat, Adam?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, cool. So I think like the guard like punches Rex in the face, right? And like knocks his mask off, and then goes to punch him in the face a second time, and Rex just bites his entire forearm off.
Sure. Yeah, these are ladies. These are the Vipers. But
Oh,
yeah,
the ladies,
so
yeah. She
just let her take another swing at your face. Her arm goes all the way to the shoulder into your mouth, and you're just like,
Yeah,
She,
and
like,
I
pulls
grab
back
her
and
and I
spraying
just
on the wall.
like start feeding on this guard, and like her blood is just splaying everywhere, all over the walls.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we'll just have you that we'll let that take care of the ones you're fighting. So you just like just shove her in your mouth. The other one flees, and now there's just the 2 that are fighting Eugene. Cool. You still take the strain from your hit, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you get to use your
Cool.
strength. Cool. Okay. Eugene.
Yes.
The ones that are trying to zap you, they get a. See that 7 again? No, that sounds good. They get a 3. How do you defend yourself?
So they're trying to like stab at me again.
Yeah, they're just trying to stun you to into unconsciousness.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say that they're like keeping a little bit of a distance, but they're still like trying to get their job done, right? So they keep like stabbing at me, but since I'm like this weird sheet of goo, I'm just like whoa, whoa, like they're stabbing and I'm just like whoa, whoa, like just trying to wiggle away.
Okay. All right. Cool. What approach do you think that's using?
That's clever, right?
I would say clever.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just trying to like outthink them and just not be where
I'm
they
trying
are.
I'm trying to maintain this form that's obviously like
Right.
oppressive to
Bending
them.
and- yeah, bending and like kind of reshaping yourself, and they're having a
Yeah.
hard time. Their eyes are watering because of how smelly you are.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and roll clever. Nice. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So you avoid their attacks. It is your turn, Eugene. So what do? You want to attack back?
I will.
You got that horrible stink going on.
I do. Yeah. I want to continue. You know what? Like this while I'm doing this like wah 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 wah
Are
wah
you
thing.
wasting at them?
Yeah, I realized that like they're just like every time, and so I'm just like, oh, you like that? You into that, huh? You like all this? And I start just like wafting myself at them even more.
Like a banana leaf.
Yeah, or like a sail on a ship. just
Yeah.
flapping in your own breeze. Okay, great. Gross.
Great, gross.
we need to change the approaches so that we have like gross as one of them for you. This sounds kind of like it could be
Sounds a little flashy, maybe.
flashy, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
because I'm
flashy.
cocky right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't touch me.
Check out my stink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What am I aiming for? Or they'll try to defeat
You
whatever I
roll
roll.
and then they defend. Yeah, they're gonna defend.
4.
They're not good. Okay, they're good at fighting. They're not good at defending themselves against bad smells. So I just roll 4 fate dice.
Great.
I got a 1.
They're super grossed out.
So yeah, they are indeed. I actually think that's it. That grosses them out. I'm not gonna use my last point. I think. Well, I mean, I get them back, so I am gonna use that point. They try to like use their loyalty to the Empress. One of them, she starts to wobble, and the other one is like grabs her, like, no, keep your shit together. And they try to get it sorted out. If you spend a fate point, if you can give yourself one more invoke, you can have that 2 back. You can beat them. Otherwise, they'll have one more turn of fighting available to them. Now you do have an aspect that you can use for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just invoke smells like Gene Spirit since nobody else is around, right? Those are the last ones that we're fighting.
Yeah, Rex is jamming a tail of a snake lady in his mouth.
Great. Yeah, I'll invoke smells like Gene Spirit then.
Okay. All right. So so she's like, get it together, like, come on, and then she lifts her pike and then kind of wobbles, and the two of them kind of just like slump into each other and fall unconscious to the ground. Cool.
Great.
So you've secured the way out. I'm gonna put a new aspect on the scene for the rest of the scene. The aspect is called Dave, the human.
Dave the human.
He's your buddy. And so he the fight's over, and we just hear this like excited clapping. This like, yeah, good job, shark guy and stink boy. You did it. And he comes over to you, Rex, and he's like, good eating, pal. So how about that big lizard of yours?
Rex is just like covered in blood and gore, and he just like grins, and all you see in like the darkness of the tunnel and the red is just like a row of like white teeth, and he's like, yeah, lead the way, just like accidentally being incredibly intimidating.
Yeah. He looks at you and he's like, that is some face you got on you. Okay. And he leads you down the tunnel. So I think that we cut to I guess we'll set up the scene and then we'll take the break. So we cut to the top of the torturarium. There's it's a big wide room. And in the center of it, there's a big like light coming from above. In the center of it, we see Quinn hanging from the snake cross. He's raised up off the ground. And his like legs are dangling under him. He's tied to it, and there's pools of blood dripping off him, blood around his feet. There's the tables that have the implements on them. The whole thing is maybe like 5 or 6 meters across, this circle. And then around the outside, there's a long stairwell that comes up to where you are. So you are coming in at the top of this little like veranda kind of thing that leads down. And down there, you can see guarding him, there's another 4 vipers. And they're standing vigilant, guarding the prisoner. And I think that, we see Dave just like push open the door. We see him lean in and like peeks back, and he's like, yeah, your friend's down there. They've been torturing him. And like peers out, and and I think that we see Quinn, because Quinn, of course, you are even in your tortured state, you are perceptive as hell, and I think that we see you hanging from the cross, and you hear the door crack open slightly, and maybe we see you look up, and the vipers don't notice, but we'll see how you overcome this last batch of guardians. When we get back from our break. So we'll take one more break and we'll come back with some more Nebula jazz. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.